Hi Libra, welcome back to Peaceful Oracle. This is your tarot and oracle card reading for the month of August 2021. So we had a lot of cards just kind of start popping out for you for this month, so I wanted to get right into your message. As I was shuffling completely different deck, it wasn't the animal totem deck. I found, there's like a random animal card in there. I don't know how that happened, but I loved that because I think that's your animal totem for this month is the lion spirit. And what I sensed from this card was you might have to be the peacemaker this month between some conflict that might be arising. It does kind of feel like there's tension, like you're kind of stuck in the middle of some tension, like you're being swayed in a couple different directions, or there may be people around you that are fighting. So that might make you the person that everyone's kind of looking to solve the problems or be the peacemaker. And I'm seeing you kind of being the person that looks at each side and weighs out the options and tries to be diplomatic and tries to, keep the peace and trying to keep people from tensions rising too high. I'm hearing from Spirit the words, lead with compassion and lead with an open heart. It kind of feels like this month you'll have the reserves and the capacity for that, because it kind of feels like the people around you might not. The people around you have, they're just not in the place to really see anybody else's perspective. And so you might be the one to be called to kind of stand in the middle and keep the peace, pretty much. And it's interesting because as I started shuffling into your tarot decks, we have the Temperance card, which is the major arcana card for balance. It's kind of balancing out emotions, balancing out our priorities. So I really feel like that's going to be your role this month in August, is kind of keeping the peace amongst some chaotic situations. It's going to be really important for you to rest and rejuvenate here to balance out your energy. So if you do find that you're kind of stuck in the middle of a situation amongst other people, or you're stuck in the middle of a difficult, between a rock and a hard place type thing, kind of feeling stuck and trapped, I think this month it's going to be very beneficial for you to take some time out and rest and rejuvenate. This Four of Swords card has been coming out for a lot of signs. So I think that there's just this energy of being very exhausted. I think that this couple of past, I want to say maybe even the past 2 years, has been so taxing and exhausting on so many different levels for so many different signs that I think that people are kind of just losing steam. They're losing energy. Even if there's good things kind of coming, it's where's the capacity to be able to enjoy it type thing. Not saying that that's you specifically, Libra, but I'm just saying in general, that's the energy that seems to be present right now, especially in the month of August. So it's going to be very important for a Libra to rest, rejuvenate, to balance out your energy. So if you're feeling ungrounded, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling just apathetic, or just kind of, you just don't have the energy for anything anymore, it's going to be important for you to rest and take a break from things. And even if you can't go anywhere, do something that brings a sense of rejuvenation for you. So whether that's meditation or I'm hearing from Spirit that being part of maybe an online group, a support group, will be really fun, will be really good for you. So it doesn't have to be therapeutic in terms of talking about your problems. It could be an online group where you share a common interest or a common creative, hobby or something like that, just so where you can kind of connect with others on a level where it doesn't really bring any drama, or the topic is not really having anything to do with some of the stuff that's going on in the world right now. So, or even some of the things that may be going on in your world right now. So just something that's removed and detached from all the problems and conflict and all that kind of stuff. So kind of having a refuge for yourself. And I am seeing that creativity will play a role in that. So with the Page of Wands at the top of the at the top of the reading here, I'm seeing that you're going to have some creative problem solving or some creative solutions to how you're going to deal with certain problems and issues. I am seeing that here with the Nine of Wands and Queen of Swords in your past position that, it's important for you to set your boundaries. Nine of Wands is kind of learning, who to trust and who not to trust. And I also love that the Queen of Swords is clarifying that, because it's like, there's the Queen of Swords comes with a sense of wisdom. It comes with a sense of like knowing who to trust, who not to trust. It's being in touch with your integrity, in touch with your truth, and standing up for yourself. I'm kind of seeing that you may kind of have to go at things kind of alone this month. You may find yourself needing to stand alone in your opinions and your thoughts, or standing apart from a group. So that might be something that you find that you're struggling with this month, or it could be something that you're coming from, because this is from in your past position. So that could be kind of the energy that you're coming from. And then we have the Five of Pentacles here, and also your past events. So that is being left out in the cold. You're kind of feeling like there's a sense of loss here. I am seeing with the Five of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, Queen of Swords, that it could be possible that some of you might have, lost your job, or I am kind of sensing that lost a job, or had to walk away from your job, or walk away from something just because there was a discord there, or something just didn't quite fit right. And it was kind of like you were required to make those executive choices and those executive decisions. So coming from a difficult place, I'm seeing like you're coming from, there was something that happened in terms of work sphere, or there's this energy of needing to make like difficult choices. And so with those difficult choices came with a little bit of loss, or maybe a lot of loss. And that's kind of like this energy that you're coming from. So I can see why the Temperance and the Four of Swords is here, because, maybe there's going to be a call for you to reset your energy and kind of go back and take care of yourself and lick your wounds type of thing. What we have coming up for you in the future is the Eight of Wands. I do like to see this. This is opportunities. This is friendships. This is energy coming in. So whatever you're calling in, this is energy coming in, and quickly. So, and I'm hearing that this is more of like results from some of the work that you've been putting in, or I'm also seeing that some of you may be finding that you're getting ideas. So it does look like you're in the beginning stage of some new creative ideas, or you're kind of getting some you're brainstorming on how to move forward in a problem or a situation. And I'm seeing that with the Eight of Wands, that there's going to be some solutions or problems or options that you'll kind of have to choose from this month. There'll be a couple of things laid out for you, or you will present yourself, like maybe write down, like if this is a conflict that you're trying to sort through, I'm seeing that Libra, you might find yourself writing down like, okay, we can handle it this way, A, we can handle it this way, B or C, and kind of like debating on what is the best option or choice. So we might be having to deal with some difficult people here. We have Seven of Swords in your present emotion. So maybe you're kind of feeling like you don't really know who to trust at the moment. I will pull clarifying cards for most of these cards. So we'll look deeper into that. Okay. In your environmental sphere, we have the Knight of Cups, the Fool, and the Ace of Swords. Okay, so there is some new beginnings here. Walking away from something that hasn't been serving you emotionally, something feeling unfulfilled. There is this sense that you were unhappy with something, unhappy maybe with work, a relationship, some kind of situation in your life where you're not feeling something's missing, and so there's this desire to kind of want to, go and search for something that helps you to feel more fulfilled. I feel like there's a lot of dynamics with other people this month. Relationships, kind of juggling. Almost kind of feels like a mixed bag. Like there could be some people just around you that are just, not. I just kind of feel like you're not feeling it this month. Like you're not feeling people this month. wanting to keep your distance and disengage because it feels like there's just too much going on around you, maybe. Overwhelmed with feeling confused, perhaps, like there's just too much kind of, it feels like kind of like just there's just too much confusing energy around you, like a whirlwind, and not really knowing how to tackle it. So I see Libra just kind of taking a backseat this month, like just kind of watching from a distance because it could just be, you know, a little confusing. Okay, final outcome for Libra. Okay, victory here, 6 of Wands. Okay, so with the Knight of Cups and the Fool and the Ace of Swords, this could be someone kind of offering something, like offering love, offering a relationship. This could be like new friendships coming in. And, you know, we're setting out on this Fool's journey. So that you're kind of starting out in this beginning journey. I do see that, you know, Ace of Swords is clarity. So it's bringing clarity to a situation. I feel like, you know, there might be a situation where you're kind of like, there could be new people coming into your life, but you're using your discernment. You're using your, you're not really knowing who to trust right now. Following your intuition is also something that I heard. Wow, 2 of Water. Okay. So 2 of Water clarifying the situation. So yeah, so there could be something within a relationship or a situation where you're not... I'm sensing like it's coming towards you, but it's like you're kind of hesitant to kind of go forward. I'm not seeing that there's anything negative about any of the people that are coming in. There could just be some people around you that are already in your life that are a bit, there's like this, dual energy coming in this month. So there's like this group that's kind of has a lot of conflict, but then there's also some people that are also, you know, really great. So it does kind of feel like there's a need for cleanse and clearing here. And maybe that's why the Ace of Swords is going to be kind of important. Okay, so I'm also hearing that there may be a need to clear out some friendships or relationships with people. That's what I'm hearing. Oh, wow. Okay. This makes more sense. So it could be that you're, with the Fool card and the Ace of Swords, what I'm hearing is that there could be some relationships that you're moving beyond or moving past. Like there's a shift there. Like maybe there's some people that just not resonating with you or anymore, or they're not, you know, who you thought they were, or maybe, you know, you've kind of grown distant or apart. So I'm seeing that maybe in the month of Libra, you might have to confront that there are some people in your life that are no longer resonating with you, and you need to walk away from some relationships or some friendships. So that's what I heard there. And that makes sense with the 8 of Cups too in your goal or destiny, because it's kind of like you're going off in search for something that better serves you, or just kind of, you know, maybe there's some people in your life where you're thinking like, I don't really deserve to be treated this way. Maybe there's some people in your life that don't treat you very well or take advantage of you, and you're kind of like, I don't want to be treated this way anymore, and I want better people in my life. So some of those hard decisions to make, to like, okay, maybe I just need to say goodbye and, you know, walk away from this. Okay, 4 of Swords and Temperance. Wow, okay. 10 of Air, yeah. So, you know, feeling like there's a situation that you're just done with. It really feels like you're closing out maybe a toxic situation, something that kind of caused a lot of conflict, a lot of mental distress. A 10 of Air, I always love this interpretation of 10 of Air in this card, because it's like, you know, the end stage of just not dealing with something anymore and letting it go, and something that has, you know, bared like a heavy burden on your mental space. Like it's taking up a lot of mental space. And I love that, because I think that the rest and rejuvenation will help you to kind of let something that's been very heavy or something that's been very stressful go. And then we have the Magician with clarifying the Page of Wands. So again, this is kind of, wanting to create something new. This doesn't feel like a major life new path. It kind of feels more like for you, Libra, that there is just some adjustments that are being made. So it doesn't kind of feel like a big sweeping, even though we do have the Fool, I feel like with friendships and relationships, that might change quite a bit. But it does kind of feel like there's just kind of certain areas, like certain pockets in your life that are changing instead of like it doesn't feel like this big tower moment. It feels like it's more just there's adjustments and changes in certain areas, mostly relationships is what I'm seeing. Okay, clarifying for the Queen of Swords and Nine of Wands. Five of Water, yeah. So this is, sometimes this is kind of like that disappointment in people. And Five of Water is often, feeling confused and feeling like not understanding why something didn't work out and needing to retreat and step back from something. So I do really feel like, Libra, you are coming from a situation, this is in your past position, so coming from a situation that might have been disappointing, that might have led to some loss, because you have the Five of Pentacles here as well. So there's something that might have caused an emotional loss. Five of Pentacles is also, it's not just money loss. Sometimes it could also be just feeling unsupported, like you're not feeling like there's maybe anybody on your side, or like you don't belong in a group, or you don't belong in a certain situation. So there's this need to kind of walk away from something this month. They're kind of, allow yourself to, I think that's what happened. Okay, let's do clarifying for the Five of Pentacles. Nine of Fire. Yeah, I love this. Okay, so I kind of like how the Nine of Fire is clarifying the Five of Pentacles. Nine of Fire I see as an energy where we create something from ourselves. Okay, this is really interesting because this is also Nine of Fire. Nine of Wands is the Nine of Fire. But you can kind of see how different the interpretations are here. Nine of Wands here in the traditional Rider-Waite is kind of like learning from these experiences here in relationships and people, or even kind of like what works and what doesn't. You can see like he has all of these wands behind him, and it looks like he's bandaged, and then he's holding one of the wands. So I think that here it's more about like learning from what hasn't worked, what has, and it's like he's coming from a difficult, like there were some hard lessons learned, right, from the Nine of Wands. So here, Nine of Fire, I feel like we take those lessons and we take what we know about ourselves and our abilities to create what we want. I like Nine of Fire and I like the Nine of Wands because we create from experience, we create from maturity, we create from knowing, how the ins and outs about something. So it comes with very seasoned expertise type of energy, or individuals who kind of know how things work. So I think that in order for you to kind of, what maybe Libra, for some of you, what you've had to do is in order for you to kind of pull yourself out of this Five of Pentacles energy, it may require you to use your skills and abilities, your wisdom. What do you know? Like, what is it that you can apply to your life to kind of pull yourself out of that situation? And I feel like that's kind of what you've been doing. So that's the energy that's that you've been working with lately. And I think because of that, we have the Eight of Wands here, which helps us to see that you're attracting new opportunities and it is working out for you. You may not see it right away, but it is coming. Messenger of Water. Okay, so I kind of feel like here you might be even attracting relationships, or you may be attracting a dynamic where there are people that are coming to you and kind of telling you how they feel, or vice versa. It could be that there are other people that are in your life where they're available to listen to you. I kind of feel like this month, since I felt like with the Lion spirit that you are going to be the peacemaker, you may find that you may be the one that people come to talk to, or come to kind of sort through problems. So I kind of feel like that's what's coming in for you. You may see that there's a lot of people around you in that sense. Okay, Seven of Swords. Clarifying the Seven of Swords here. I'm also hearing that there may be another clarifying card for Messenger of Water, so I will pick another card there in a second here. Five of Fire. Wow. Okay. So we have the Seven of Swords and the Five of Wands. So competition. Five of Fire is sometimes competition. It's, it's not always conflict. It's kind of like fighting for your individuality and your uniqueness. So there could be someone, and it could also be kind of like keeping to yourself or keeping your, like protecting yourself and standing up for yourself, boundaries, that kind of thing. There may be someone in your sphere that you're dealing with right now that is trying to knock you off balance, that sometimes can be very manipulative a little bit. So I kind of see you kind of keeping your boundaries around people who are manipulative this month. So just kind of being very reserved and protecting yourself. I think boundaries is going to be very important for you, Libra, this month. Boundaries, and also kind of taking a backseat to any drama or conflict. Don't let people kind of drag you into their drama. Because you're already kind of coming from a space that could have caused a little bit of imbalance. So I think it's more important for you this month to kind of retreat, balance yourself, and, spend more time with yourself. But I think that you might just have to there may just be some people that do come in and try to create some chaos there. Okay, I want to pick one more for the Messenger of Water here so we have more clarity around the situation. Clarity card for the Messenger of Water, please. Page of Fire. Yeah, again. Okay, so I'm hearing that again, what the sense that I got here was kind of standing alone in your power. So there may be some situations where you just kind of you're listening to others, listening to what they have to say. This could be kind of like an immature energy where some of you are dealing with this immature energy. A lot of times messengers, they're pages, traditional tarot, and a lot of times they can be, pages are often symbolized as, they show up as often like children, people who are younger or a little bit more naive or kind of immature in their emotions. So you may kind of have to deal with certain people that are a little bit like maybe can't understand another person's perspective, something like that. It seemed to be a lot of conflict resolution here. And you might have to be the one that creates like some solutions for others. Maybe this is in a work sphere as well. I just heard that maybe some of you have to deal with this at work. Yeah. Okay. I'm seeing like an image of like going to HR, and you might have to, so some of you work in HR in your company, like you may have to do some of that. There may be some situation where, it gets, there's like a lot of people with strong personalities there. Okay, let's do clarifying card for 8 of Cups. This isn't your hopes, dreams, and desires. 2 of Air. Wow, yeah. Okay, I'm hearing that some of you are secretly planning on leaving. So maybe some of you are, because the 2 of Air, I got this strong secretive vibe. So maybe some of you are kind of planning an exit. Like you're planning to leave work, you're planning to leave a situation, but you're not really you're not being obvious about it. You're not telling anyone about it. You're protecting yourself, and you're protecting, there's something that you're being secretive about because you're trying to protect it. And I think that that's a good thing. I think that that's a good move. I want to pull one more card here, one more clarifying card for the 8 of Cups with 2 of Air. Oh, confirmation. There you go. Sun card. Beautiful. I think there is something you really need to walk away from. 2 of Air could also be movement. It could be, you're balancing things. You're trying to mentally balance between 2 things. I really did feel like you've been debating like, I need to leave or I need to go. So that is confirmation there. I think that there is some situation that I think this is something that you already know, something you've already been kind of planning out. And I think that for those of you who are in this space of, kind of making plans for yourself to get out of an uncomfortable situation is a good thing. So, because I really like how the Sun card clarified that. So that's good. Awesome. Okay. And Six of Wands. Okay, so I'm sensing with the Six of Wands is a victory. It's kind of like coming home from a battle or from something. So accomplishing something, it's bringing in a victory for yourself. I think the solution is you're going to come out feeling like you've won. And I really think that the key is in walking away from something. I think that you walking away from something is going to yield a sense of victory for you. That's what I'm hearing. But let's pull a clarifying card here. I feel like you will get out of this situation with whoever is kind of dealing with some conflict that's surrounding them. It doesn't even feel like you are part of the conflict. It feels like there's conflict around you and you're like in the middle of it. Wow, beautiful. Okay, Three of Earth and Six of Fire. I heard that maybe for some of you, you haven't been feeling like you've been valued or seen for who you are. So whether that's in work or in home or among, a group of friends, I kind of feel like in the month of August, you may feel like you want to walk towards something where you're more valued for who you are. Three of Earth is recognition and attention for your work. So, and then Six of Fire, I always associate it with influencers. And what I love is that Six of Fire is the Six of Wands. So this is going, setting out, and kind of owning your power, your gifts, your talents, and being recognized for them. So I think that this is in your final outcome. And your final outcome situation, Libra. So I kind of feel like maybe towards the end of August, you may have a lot more I'm hearing the dust will settle and that there will be a lot more clarity around the situation, and you will feel like you will go to a place, either you yourself will take yourself out of a situation where you feel like you're not being valued, so you can go to a place where you are valued. That's what I'm seeing, is that you're taking matters into your own hands, and you're sensing like, I don't like where I am because this is not how I want to be treated, or I want to be valued more for something. So I'm seeing that with the Page of Wands, the Magician, the Sun card here, Two of Air, and Eight of Cups. With these cards too, the Six of Wands, Three of Earth, and Six of Fire, all of these cards are telling me that you're kind of walking away from what has not been serving you, pretty much in a nutshell. And however that applies to you, or however that fits within your life. So it could be at work, could be friends, wherever it is that it's really taking a toll on you, where you're kind of feeling like, I'm not appreciated here and I'm not valued. You're walking away, but you're kind of doing it in silence. You're mapping it out for yourself. I kind of feel like I got the sense that with Page of Wands and the Magician is like you're brainstorming, you're planning out, like in your free time. You're kind of like, if you're at work and you're wanting to get a new job, you're like looking for new jobs at your current work. Like, you're planning it in secret. You're not telling anyone about it. So you can kind of plan this French exit. So that kind of thing. And I really do kind of feel like that will serve in your favor. That will bring in yield in a victory for you. I'm sensing with the Six of Wands, with the victory, it's also going to feel like an emotional victory, like something internal to you that only you will be able to really feel, because maybe not everyone has been in your situation, or they haven't been feeling what you're feeling, but you will be able to sense it for yourself. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I got myself out of that situation. So there's this sense of that. I love that. So that's pretty strong. And then we have the King of Water here at the bottom of the deck. And I kind of feel like the King of Water is this, this emotional mastery. It's emotional control over, like, being able to use your emotions and use them for your benefit. So not letting the emotions rule you, you rule your emotions. So having that control, having that power over yourself is going to be really important, because you're going to put it to use. You're going to use it for your benefit. And I forgot to turn the deck over for the Rider-Waite. And we have the Ace of Cups here, which is also beautiful. That's an overflowing of emotions, new beginnings. I love the turn that this reading took, because I was picking up on so much conflict, but then I see that with the King of Water, the Ace of Cups, it's like you're creating something different for yourself. You're getting yourself out of something that's not serving you, which is really good. Okay, so let's pick out some oracle cards here. What is Libra's challenge card for this month of August 2021? What is Libra's challenge card? Forgiveness. Wow. Okay. I'm also hearing of, forgiveness is a hard thing, right? It's a hard thing. Like, even when we know that forgiveness will help, it's like, but you're not ready to, maybe the situation hasn't fully processed yet. So what I'm hearing from Spirit is forgive yourself for maybe not being ready to forgive yet. So that's okay. So it takes time. Forgiveness takes time. Sometimes I also kind of sense that forgiveness comes at the very end. It does. It comes at the very end when we finally have processed a situation. We've allowed ourselves to feel all the feelings and made sense of it, understood it, and our hearts have to be in the right place for forgiveness. And then forgiveness feels kind of like the next obvious step. But when you're kind of still when you're still processing how something has affected you, forgiveness is not so easy. And if anything, sometimes it really makes people angry when you say, oh, just forgive, because it invalidates the experience that they have been going through, to just kind of let it go. And it's not letting it go, it's letting yourself let it go, but that's a whole nother thing. So I kind of feel like the main message that I heard from Spirit here is forgiveness will come in its own time, and forgive yourself for not being ready to forgive yet, if that's you. With whatever situation that you're dealing with, if there's something that has really caused a lot of stress on you, or whatever situation has affected you, forgive yourself for not being ready to forgive yet, and that's okay. It happens as we go through that process of how we're trying to understand some of the things that happen to us. So that's okay. Okay, so what do we have coming up? What is Libra's hope card for the month of August? Well, I have a couple. Okay, stand still. So again, I kind of felt like rest, rejuvenation, take a break, try to take a break from, wherever you can. I'm hearing that it's okay to say no. So maybe some of you have a hard time saying no to invitations. So I'm hearing like you don't have to show up to everything is what I heard. So I don't know how that applies to some of you in your situation. Maybe like you get invited to a lot of things and you're required to show up to a lot of stuff and have your presence there. So I'm hearing that it would be really helpful maybe for some of you to start saying no to some obligations, like some things you really don't need to, you don't have to be there for everything. And it could feel like because of that obligation that you feel like you kind of tell yourself you have to go, it creates this powerlessness, in some of us where it's like, I feel stuck, I feel trapped. So I'm hearing that maybe for some of you, it's important to challenge yourself to say no. And maybe in the month of Libra, Libra, in the month of August, you're going to give yourself that opportunity to say no. Openness. Yeah. Okay. So what I heard was that there's something really strong about saying no. So for those of you who are saying no or taking that time out for yourself, allowing yourself to kind of just be at home, be with yourself, or however you rest and rejuvenate and come back to yourself, when you're doing that, I'm hearing that something will open up for you, or you'll get an idea, or you will explore something different, and that will kind of open new doors for you. So for example, let's say, this is just an example. I'm not seeing that some of you will do this. This is just kind of like the image that they're showing me. So maybe some of you will do this. I think that it's kind of like if you're invited to a dinner party and you say no to the dinner party and you stay home and read a book or something, or you watch a documentary about a topic that you've never really, done about. And in that documentary or in that book, you discover something that you're really interested in, and it kind of helps you go down this rabbit hole, and you kind of lose yourself in that. And it kind of helps you to just open up new doors for you and discover new interests that you have. So I kind of feel like in the month of August, if you can allow yourself to spend more time with yourself or more explore different interests, it kind of feels like there'll be like an opening. You'll discover something new. Okay, so let's pick out a guidance card here. Okay, what is Libra's guidance for the month of August 2021? Libra's guidance. Celebrate differences. I love that. So I kind of feel like with this card, I'm hearing is just to honor yourself, even if you think differently from others, or there may be something unique or different about Libra this month, or just in general. And that kind of sets you apart from the people that you surround yourself with. I think that this month, it's going to be important for you to celebrate your differences from other people. Because sometimes I think that when we feel really different from others, or they make us feel like we're the odd ones out, it can make us feel like we're not accepted, or we're, this out in the cold type energy. So I heard that with the celebrate differences, it's going to be important that you honor and own yourself. Like you honor yourself, you own your whatever it is that you believe or you're good at, like don't allow people to bring in this sense of shame and guilt. That's what I heard. Okay, so what does Libra need to know about relationships in the month of August? And I dropped a card, so let me just grab that real quick. Wow, beautiful. I love that. And that kind of reminds me of the Celebrate Differences card. So this is, celebrating yourself and allowing your true authentic nature to come out, allowing yourself to be, giving yourself permission to be that. There does seem there's like an undertone to this month of giving yourself permission to do things that you've always wanted to do but was just afraid to do. So this is, coming out more, being more open with who you are as a person, or maybe how you really feel about something, kind of like standing strong in yourself, which is kind of, that's also the lion spirit here. It's your animal totem card for this month, is being bold, strong, and courageous in yourself and making a stand, and not letting people kind of push you around. Freedom. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. Beautiful. I love that. And I really feel, Libra, you're paving the way for yourself. You're pulling yourself out of a situation, and you're giving yourself permission to go find that happiness and to go find what's missing. So this is really good. I love this. I think you're on a really exciting journey. You're on an exciting trek, and you're kind of feels like you're veering off the path that you've been on. You're making like this detour. You're kind of splitting off into something different. So I think that will open up different experiences for you. You're going to start seeing like, new interests, new people, new opportunities, and something different from what you're used to or what has been so far. So what an interesting reading, Libra. I'm excited to see how this is playing out for you. So if this resonates with you, comment below, because I'm curious to see what's going on with you guys. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope this reading was helpful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you feel called to do so, and I will see you in the month of September. Bye, Libra.